Till all foreign and domestic students can study for free at public German universities regardless of what country you're from. That is actually changing and not accurate anymore. Baden-Württemberg is already charging non-EU students. The prestigious technical university in Munich will start next semester and others will follow suit. Which makes sense, since it's not free but taxpayer funded, and studies show that 2/3 of the students leave after studying. One master degree is 40k for the taxpayer. The fees are still lower than in other countries by far. It's not free. The citizens are paying for it, dearly. Have some gratitude. Nothing is free. Gifts of great generosity and sacrifice elicit gratitude by the recipient. Free stuff becomes a demand by the entitled and ungrateful. Then those who come to expect this as free will themselves see others demand even more. Free begets an increasing cycle of greedy, entitled, and ungrateful people. Even though studying at a university is very affordable in Germany, it's not completely free. Nearly every university has something called Semestergebühr or semester fee, which totals at about 200–250 euros per semester. The article does mention it, but since not everyone on Reddit reads the stuff they comment on, I thought I'd mention it. Can I, as a full-grown adult, take some classes with a goal of employment afterwards in Germany despite being a US citizen? I figure if I can get some additional training education, I would be able to learn the language and become employable, so I could move there and see my relatives who my grandparents left when they immigrated in 1930. Actually, many European countries have at least some schemes with free university or polytechnic education for foreigners. Some even have complete degree programs in English. I was in one of those in Finland, and they are often very interesting, especially if you are at least considering a long-term commitment to the host country. Yup. Other countries too. We're moving so my kids can go to uni without bankrupting us. Well, it's paid for by taxes, obviously. But ultimately I'm happier my taxes will go on their education and not to some tourist maid. It's tough unless your employer can facilitate it, or you find work abroad, though. So, hypothetically, if some dumbass foreigner went to live in Germany and just fucked around with their classes and failed out and missed a bunch of classes, would they be able to continue taking free classes? Or does Germany have like academic suspension type thing like in the US in some places? There's a few catches though. You need to learn German until you're B2 level, usually more than a year of learning the language full time, and you need to have at least 12k on your bank account to be allowed. They want to be sure you can actually live there without working. France is like this as well, including scholarship for French students coming from low-income families. I paid €5 a year for my studies, got 6,000 euros your living allowance with usually a €200 month rent allowance until the end of my master. Then I got a salary during my PhD, except in the ugly Zola state of Lower Saxony where you have to pay €70 a month for a train ticket you can get a better version of for €49. I know that's nothing compared to other countries, but compared to other states' universities in Germany you pay a multitude. I wonder what level of German you need to understand to attend the classes, or if any of them are offered in English. I'd assume it will be pretty hard to understand higher level concepts or writing papers if you are not fluent in German. I'm an American who did a master's program in Germany and it was 2 of the best years of my life, and yeah, except for some minimal fees it was free. Highly recommend it. I attended Uni Kiel. Great little college town, thank you Germany. I went to the University of Duisburg-Essen as an exchange student from the US. Paid next to nothing for some good education that was transferable to my US uni and a public transport pass that got me literally anywhere I needed to go. Can we fight for free education in the US instead of having nonsense debates about affordable education and partial loan forgiveness? It's as if we've been brainwashed to think it's not ever feasible in this country to do. Yup, it's great, but there's just a tiny catch. Prior to applying for the visa you need to put around 11,000 euros in a blocked account, same amount per year, which you'd usually spend on food, rent and living. It's the same in Argentina. We don't have any migratory law, so you can come whenever you want and stay forever, study and get free healthcare. I'm not responding for the quality of those, but at least it's free. My brother did this, but I remember him struggling financially to pay rent and upkeep a healthy sporting habit. So despite free higher education, rent and cost of living still need to be taken into account. My friend did this for her master's. Even with housing it cost her half as much as it would have in the US. She doesn't even speak German, but there are few English-speaking programs to choose from. Yes, the retention rate of foreign students, see those who stay and work after they finish, is high enough that the tax income covers it. Who'd have thought something done to better society works? Same for most countries in Europe except for England. I live in Sweden and bachelor's, masters etc. are free. I'm from England and Spain and still entitled to such education. America needs to adapt, BS. Right now it is being talked about this ending. Tom Technical University of Munich posted that the government is going to change this. Their fees will be between 2 and 6k per semester. Right now it is being talked about this ending. Tom Technical University of Munich posted that the government is going to change this. Their fees will be between 2 and 6k per semester. Two of the universities on that list, LMU Munich and TIL Munich, are ranked first and second best universities in Germany, as well as being ranked 30th and 33rd best universities in the world. What's their admissions rate though? There are also colleges in the US that give full scholarships if you're a perfect A student with good extracurriculars, or for sports, etc. If tuition is free, does that mean the universities are not very good? This is such a bad way of looking at life. The best things in life are actually free. My college roommate went to Germany for a master's in math and statistics. His out-of-pocket cost was about $600 a year. They even provided housing. Norway is one of the few countries with free education for all international students, whether they come from EU or not. Just like Germany. The fuck? Why am I paying in the US? Can I do this remotely and get a master's? No, seriously, I want a master's. Can do only English though. I know a guy who got his mechanical engineering degree this way and decided to stay in the EU because gestures at America and loves it. I mean, all of these universities typically require a semester fee, but I believe foreign students can be eligible for study subsidies. There is a tiny catch: if you are from outside the EU, you will need to get a residence permit before you arrive in the country. Now this is how universities need to operate. I know Germany has its own share of problems too, but they do a lot of things right. Lol, it amazes me when Americans find out that they don't need to cripple themselves to 20 years of debt to study at a university. I always knew most countries had paid universities, but are free ones that rare? Start chanting me potties me potties. This is definitely not the case in the UK. Tuition for top MBA programs are $100,000 US for foreigners and locals alike. Don't think it's fair. Its residents pays the taxes, so they should be the one getting the benefits of free education. They got online classes? How about online classes for stupid foreigners who can't be asked full learn German first? Are they really this rare? I guess growing up in Argentina really shifts your perception on that subject. Very difficult to get a visa appointment at the German embassy in Nigeria even with an admission. There are also fees for students outside the EU region, can go up to a few thousands per semester. I've had several years of German, but it is in no way good enough for school, except in Bavaria because they are as xenophobic as Ron DeSantis. In Denmark it's not only free, we'll freaking pay you to study, yet people still risking their lives to get to the UK. Why? Did German skier Fanny Schmieler study for free there too? Welcome to Europe. Most countries in it are like that.